sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Poise. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
There is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
A giant matchup inside of region number 3 is upon us here this afternoon. Bishop Ryan, Stanley Blue Jays, longtime rivals. Foes inside of region 3, both coming in with 3-2 marks inside of North Dakota Single A football. Welcome into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 5 locations, combined in Bismarck. They help you save time and money with their drive-through oil change. 15 minutes or less, you stay right inside your vehicle at the Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Bonnet and Bismarck. Well, it should be a good one here today between Bishop Ryan and Stanley coming into the showdown. It's the Bishop Ryan Lions again at 3-2. They're on a 2-game win streak, making a 3-game win streak after losing their first 2 of the year. They got shellacked by Langdon 40-14, and then Dickinson Trinity 47-0. Since then, they've been doing the shellacking as they beat Kenmare Bowbells 62-0 and South Prairie Max 48-8. Just last week, they beat Ray Powers like 42-0. Similar tale to the tape for the Stanley Blue Jays. They come in after a loss to Killdeer 33-8. And then a loss at Bowman County, 29-12. Since then, they've rattled off 3 straight. Wins at Ned Rose, Powers Lake, and Kenmare. They beat Kenmare Bowbells by a score of 54-12. They beat Ray Powers Lake 40-13. They also beat Ned Rose 34-6. Well, with that being said here today, according to the scores and the numbers on paper, we should be in store for a pretty good contest here today. Taking a look at the standings inside of region number 3, they're brought to you by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage, proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. That's a long time. You can find them at RogerWardMovingAndStorage.com to schedule a move or to find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage brings you a look at the standings inside of Region 3 for Single A football. Velvet Drank-Canamoose, the number 1 ranked team in the state. They're perfect on the year at 6-0. They're number 1. Stanley and Bishop Ryan tied at the top of the list at number 2. DLB's at 3-1. They're 4-2 overall. They're number 4. Ray Powers Lake is 1-3. Nedros is 1-3 as well. They sit in the 5 spot. Kenmare Bowbells Burke Central's at 0-4. They're number 7. South Prairie Max winless on the season. They sit in the number 8 spot. Well, the official introductions take place here at the beautiful Herb Parker Stadium with a beautiful backdrop overlooking the valley. Here in Minot, the Magic City, it's a beautiful day for football. That is, if you're a fan of gloomy days. It can be a little bit wet for the matchups on the gridiron. That's what we have here today with a little bit of moisture, some precipitation maybe coming our way as well here in this showdown. Well, we're going to salute our country
and feel free to sing along with the playing
of our nation's national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Well, it's time to meet the starting lineups for the Stanley Blue Jays. We're going to turn it over to the in-game PA to meet the starters for the Blue Jays, who come in at 3-2 in this Region 3 showdown.
The starting offense for the Blue Jays. The offensive lineman, number 51, Caleb Mortensen. Number 64, Ben Hyman. Number 79, Jacob Rosas. Number 73, Griffin Wilhelmi. Number 54, Ben Larson. At tight end for the Blue Jays will be number 11, Jace Anderson. At wide receiver, number 1, Drake Schlosser. Wide receiver number 2, Kane Rudolph. And running back number 24, Ethan Jessen. And running back number 23, Jack Heineck. And at quarterback for the Blue Jays, it'll be number 10, Tyler Jelsted. The Blue Jays are coached by David Leaf, assisted by Brent Danks, Jackson Lorenz, Chris Nordloff, Drew Nichols, Blair Heineck, Kellen Leaf, Adam Munson, and Riley Plant. And now the starting defense for your Bishop Ryan Lions. At defensive end, number 28, Connor Harvey. Plugging up the interior on the line, number 72, Ken Oakeston. And number 52, Jackson Paul. And another defensive end, number 54, Coy Okerson. At linebacker for the Lions, number 22, Parker Byer. Number 33, Drew And number 87, Blake Hader. Starting at cornerback for the Lions, number 23, Bowden Burr. At safety, it'll be number 21, Jace Schwan. And number 8, Gus Engelhard. And out on an island at quarterback, number 1, Bryce Vibano.
Well, there's the starting lineup for the Bishop Ryan Lions. They're at home here today on a Saturday afternoon at the home of the MSU Beavers, Herb Parker Stadium. Get ready for a good one. Opening kickoff comes up next here on the PSP Network. Bishop Ryan Lions will be in purple. The Stanley Blue Jays will be in white. That's going to put a cap on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Once again, 15 minutes in a drive-through oil change. You can't beat it. You can save plenty of time doing it that way at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 5 locations throughout Minot and Bismarck. Find them online, VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Let's put a cap on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here this morning as we're 1 minute away from noon for the high noon showdown here today inside of Region 3 of Single A football. Nick Hulberg on the call. Thanks for joining us here today from Herb Parker Stadium. Quick turnaround for the PSP Network. We had Minot High last night taking on Fargo Davies in a showdown at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. The Magi picked up their 4th shutout of the year last night on their home turf. Well, the run back's going to come up to the 40-yard line as Kane Rudolph carried it ahead. Stop was made by the Ryan Lions, and we will see the Stanley offense for the first time here today as they come out with field position at the 40-yard line. Stanley's in white. Again, Bishop Ryan's in purple. Blue Jays from the left to the right. Lions from the right to the left. Our first look at Tyler Jelstead, the quarterback here for the Stanley Blue Jays as they set up off the left hash and go to work. Put a man in motion. That ball's going to be handed off and out to the outside, breaking forward for a gain of just about 5 on the play. It was Jack Heineck. Heineck's going to carry that ball up just to about the 44-yard line. Brings up a second down. Ball marked on the 44, second down and 6 here for the Blue Jays. Working over the big emblem of the Beavers at center field. That ball had a missed snap. Falling on top of it was the quarterback making the play. Jelstead in on top of him, Kate Oakson. 6'3", 265-pound sophomore. Fell on top of him to make the play. Be a loss on the play, and it brings up a third down situation here for the Stanley Blue Jays. Not a big crowd on hand by any means here today. Not small either for this single A matchup of old rivals inside of North Dakota. Stanley about 52 miles away, straight to the west on highway number 2, heading out towards Williston. Blue Jays spread it out this time. They hand off right up the middle and up the guts. With the carry is number 24. That's Ethan Jessen. Stop was made by Jackson Tome. This brings up a 4th down situation and 4 to go here for the Blue Jays. They work on their first drive of the ball game. Forced to punt are the Blue Jays here as this ball's going to be snapped back. It's towered all the way back into Ryan territory. It's going to be fielded at the 15. Shaking and banking on the move here for the Lions was number 23, Irk. He's tattooed on the play. As the big man making the stop there was number 67, and coming flying in for the Stanley Blue Jays. Apologize, I don't have a 6. Yeah, I do. It's Jack Heineck that makes the play. Heineck wears number 23 or number 67, depending on what uniform is in the bag. While we take a look at the Bishop Bryant offense, Jet Lundin, junior quarterback at 6'1", pilots this group. He's going to have the quarterback keeper, Lundin, with the first carry of the ball game near the 30-yard line, and a big pickup there for the Lions.
Get him about 6 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Lundin going to work again on the offense here. One in the backfield. That's Zwock. As the Lions spread it out with wide receivers on each side. Engelhardt over on the left side. Nearest target here for Lundin, and Lundin's just going to carry it forward. He's up over the 30-yard line, hits the edge. Lundin near that first down pylon, and Jet Lundin moves the chains for the first time in this ballgame. While we take a look at the instant replay here, and Jet Lundin had that lead blocker out in front of him. Drew Zwock set the direction here for Jet Lundin, and Lundin's got a first down for the Lions as they go to work here at midfield. Their first drive of the ball game. From the shotgun, Lundin working here. There's going to be a flag coming on the play. False start on the offense. It's going to be a 5-yard loss here for Bishop Bryant. Well, you see Jet Lundin come to the sideline to take the directions there. From Aaron Knutson, the head coach of Bishop Bryant. Lions working here with 8:51 to play in our first quarter. Nobody on the BNC Bank scoreboard just yet. Lundin back in the shotgun. Falling back to pass. Bombs it down the field. Has a target. That one's up and incomplete. Tossed out into the secondary. It was intended for number 42. We don't have a 42 on the roster either. I do apologize. It's Ramsey Walls. Better write that one down. As Ramsey Walls has some size to him. He went up after it. Just couldn't wrangle it in. 6'7", 200-pounder. And Lundin goes to work again. Lundin fires across, this time on the near sideline. That pass is going to be caught, but pushed out of bounds after it was caught on the near white stripe by Connor Harvey. Brings up a 3rd down and 15 now here for the Lions with the ball marked at the 34-yard line. Well, thanks again for joining us here today. Thanks for joining us for our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change with 5 locations, 15-minute oil change, drive through, sit right in your car. I'm telling you, it is about as slick as it gets. Lundin on the hard count. He's going to force the Blue Jays to jump. And the Lions are going to get some free yardage coming here.
On the Blue Jays, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Back to the original line of scrimmage here for the Bishop Bryant Lions as they go to work on their offensive drive that sits at the top of the column today. First time they've had possession on the offense. Play clock down to 22. As Lundin works out of the shotgun again. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side here for the Lions from the left hash as they spread it out. Lundin, time in the pocket. He's going to be forced to run it. He's up the near sideline to the 50-yard line. Bulldozes his way forward. He went up against Hawkinson. And that's going to be close to a first down, and they give it to him. They do, as Jet Lundin powers his way forward on the near sideline. Watch the end of this run right here. Stepping up, knew what yardage he needed, and he got it. Junior quarterback for the Lions picks up the first down of this showdown today inside of Region 3 single A football. Lundin again from the shotgun. Spread offense again here for the Lions. This time they hand off. Breaking to the right side on the play was Zwak. He's going to be wrangled up after a gain on the play. Jack Heineck was in on the stop again.
Jack Heineck, first on the scene for the Blue Jays.
Just about 4 minutes into the showdown today here at Herb Parker Stadium, home to the MSU Beavers. Boy, have they done a nice job with this campus and facility, haven't they? This is just a beautiful spot for football. Lions calling this their home field, so are the MSU Beavers. Trying to make something happen here in this home affair on a Saturday afternoon as Lundeen's going to take the handoff, or take the snap on the keeper, I should say. He's up to the 40-yard line. He's going to be wrestled there down to the ground, but that's after a gain on the play. Stop is made from Stanley's number 15, Porter Sorensen, the 6'3", 370-pound senior. Back-to-back first downs here for Bishop Ryan as they go to work on the offense. They set up shop here with the first down and 10 as Lundeen works with two receivers on the right, one on the left. He's going to have the keeper again as Lundeen's going to hit the sideline on the near side. He's up inside the 30-yard line. There is a flag on the play, but Jet Lundeen continuing to cruise here in this showdown.
10 yards. There's a flag on the play.
Here comes the call on the play. So holding on the offense, that play is going to come back. And unfortunately for the Lions, it's going to be from the spot of the foul, so that ball is going to come all the way back to the 46-yard line. And it's a first down and long now here for Bishop Ryan. 20 yards to go on the first down and 20 situation as the Lions put two out to the right side, make it 3, one on the left, one on the backfield. As Lundeen continues to work here on a shady day at Herb Parker Stadium. Lundeen hands off this time up to the left side. Stanley defense is there as that handoff to Zwak was executed. But the big man up front for the Blue Jays slammed the door in a hurry. Jack Heineck's the one that's got the stop again. This will bring up a second down. This ball game today on the PSP Network is brought to you by Minot State University. Minot State University, where the best way to predict your future is to create it. Over 100 areas of study at Minot State. You'll earn the degree that you desire for the career you want. It's Minot State University. There's another flag on the play coming here. Will this be an illegal formation call coming on the Bishop Ryan Lions? It's actually going to be a false start on Bishop Ryan.
5 yards, still second down.
Another 5-yard penalty on the Lions, marches them back, brings up a second down. By the way, 96% of recent Minot State grads are employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State University. Well, the Beavers logo right at center field here. Midfield has the Lions marching as Lundeen fires it out. He's going to connect there, and that pass is caught up to the original line of scrimmage as it goes into the hands of Engelhardt. This will bring up a third down coming here. Third down and 10 after a gain of 12 on the play. Lions inside Stanley territory. They get the play call in, and now they go to work again. First drive of the ball game for Bishop Ryan on a 3-game win streak coming into the showdown here today, and the biggest one so far of their season as they are tied with the Blue Jays at 3-2 inside the standings. Lundeen from the shotgun again. Working here, Lundeen fires it out. That ball's going to be caught. Dancing up over the 35. Short gain on the play as that pass was completed to Bryce Vibetto, but the stop was made from the Blue Jays. Ethan Jessen was in on that stop for Stanley. Lions in fourth down territory. They need a big play here. They also need 6 more yards to gain the first down As time ticks down to 4:30 to play here in this first quarter of football. They spread it out with 3 on the right side, 1 on the left. Big Ramsey Walls over here by himself on the left side. Lundeen with Zwack in the backfield. Lundeen's got it. He's got time. Lundeen's going to roll out. Now he's going to fall back to pass. It's right into the hands and then out on the near sideline. That pass was right on the target, but it was dropped by Connor Harvey. And it's a turnover on downs, and Stanley goes back to work on the offense. Ooh, that's one that Connor Harvey would like to have back without question. Blue Jays come back to the offense. Second drive of the ball game for them. Lions lagged with some penalties in their first offensive possession. Still move the chains for 2 first downs. Blue Jays come back now to the offensive side of the ball. They put a man in motion here as under center this time is Gelsted. Lions show the blitz for just a moment. The ball's handed off. Lions defense comes up big. Helmet comes off on the play and everything as Papa was the one on the carry.
By the interior of the Lions defense. No gain on the play.
Lions defense, the entire front line is going to get credit with that stop. Today's ball game brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in the Magic City. The UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. They're open 6 days a week for your convenience. It's the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Well, it's the Blue Jays trying to deliver here in the first quarter. Rolling out to pass with some time, firing it across. Oh, the defensive play was there. Zwack got the hand in the way, knocked that pass down as it was out on its way there for Hetzel. Pass will fall incomplete as you watch Zwack, number 33, get that big paw on the way. And this brings up a 3rd down and 10 now here for the Blue Jays. Center of the field here for the Blue Jays, working with a wideout on the left side. They changed their formation now. They've got a handful in the backfield. This ball's pitched back. There's going to be a loss on the play. As again, the Ryan defensive core comes flying in. And in on the stop, Tegan Kunerod, the junior, slams the door. And it's going to be a 3-and-out tier for Stanley as the Lions defense is stout. Blue Jays will be forced to punt. 2 back to receive here for Bishop Ryan. Bowden Urk back to receive. Tried to catch a number on the other for you. I do apologize. Oh, what a play that was. Drew Zwack rushed the punter, buried him into the ground, and the Lions, with the biggest play so far in the ballgame, are going to have possession right on the doorstep of the Serve Pro red zone after Drew Zwack comes up and slams the door on the 4th down punting situation for the Blue Jays. And Bishop Ryan goes to work with primetime field position in the tail end of our first quarter of football. The Lions spread it out here. Wide out on each side. Zwack in the backfield with Jet Lundeen working here. Zwack's got it. He's going to pick up a gain of just about 6 on the play. Into the Serve Pro red zone, the Lions go. Serve Pro with 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians and advanced technology for fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Locations in Western North Dakota. Big thanks to Serve Pro for being a continued supporter of our mission of promoting local athletes on the PSP Network. Lions stretching out again. They go to Zwack once more. He's going to dance his way on over that 15-yard line, but he's met there as Jack Heineck comes in and uses the power to shut him down. Stalemate at the line brings up a 3rd down. They mark the ball at the 15. Same formation here for Bishop Ryan. Do they go to Zwack again? My guess is Lundeen's going to do something special here. But first, a flag on the play. Oh, that's one that hurts the Lions here. It's a false start on Bishop Ryan. That's going to march them back. 5 still inside the Serve Pro red zone, as the Lions will take the play call. We'll have Bishop Ryan on twice this year on the PSP Network. Matchup coming as well with the Velva Aggies. That one down the road, not until October 6th. Lundin on the keeper, dancing, making his way up to just about the 10. And Jet Lundin's going to be close to the first down marker. Does he get enough? Not quite. They're going to say he's still 3 yards short on the play. Fourth down coming here for the Bishop Ryan Lions as they work deep inside the Stanley red zone. Play clock at 19 as they take the call here from their junior quarterback. Spreading it out again are the Lions as they work from the left hash. Lundin on the keeper. Up to that first down marker. Does he get it? It's going to be close. Still waiting on the call here. I missed it from the PA announcer. Lundin was just short on the play, and it's going to be the Blue Jays that force the Lions to turn over on the second drive here in the ballgame. Down to 42 seconds to play here in our first quarter of football. Stanley comes back to the offensive side of the ball, deep inside their own territory. That was after Bishop Ryan Zwak had the play of the game where he blocked the punt to give the Lions excellent field position. Handoff here, finding the seam up the near sidelines with some open air in front of him up to the 30 and then slipping. That was Drake Slosher. That's the run of the ball game so far as the Blue Jays are up to midfield. 38-yard run coming here as you watch Drake Slosher try to cut back over to his left. That wet turf, the factor. He ends up on the ground, but it's still a gigantic gain here for the Blue Jays. And a first down. That ball positioned here right on the M of the Beaver logo at the 47-yard line. First down of the contest here this afternoon for the Blue Jays. They're going to let time expire here to end our first quarter of football. Well, we've got ourselves a good one in single A play in Region 3 today. The Lions and the Blue Jays are all notched up right where we started, scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Ackerman Estfolds is an experienced team of architects and civil engineers committed to achieving the best possible solution for every project. Over the past 20 years, our team has been trusted with jobs big and small throughout the state, from major flood protection projects to county roads, classroom walls, and community spaces. We will be your partner through the initial design to final construction. Trust the Ackerman Estfold team with your next project.
Through one quarter play, we're scoreless on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Welcome to quarter number 2. It's brought to you by our friends at the UPS store. This ball's going to be bombed downfield. It's caught at the 20-yard line. Oh, what a play that was. Drake Slosher connected from Tyler Gelsted.
First down, Blue Jays.
Well, back-to-back big plays here for Stanley has them knocking on the door of the Serve Pro red zone. Do apologize. I said that was down to the 20. It's marked at the 25. Regardless, a giant play there from the Stanley Blue Jays. Tyler Gjelstead connecting with Drake Slosher. Thanks again for joining us for high school football here today. One-man band here today at Herb Parker Stadium. Nick Hulberg on the call here today. Without our two camera guys that we normally have on the PSP Network. So thanks for bearing with us here, folks. Doing the absolute best we can for you today. Unforeseen circumstances pop up from time to time. There's a flag on the Blue Jays, brings up a 5-yard loss. Still will be a first down, this time 15. Here for the Stanley Blue Jays as they work now from the 30. They spread it out again. Slosher goes into motion. It's going to be a false start coming here.
False start again on the Blue Jays. 5 more yards.
Well, after a 38-yard gain on the ground to end quarter number 1, they went to the air with a bomb that put them right near the Serve Pro red zone. Back-to-back penalties here has them set up now with a first down at 20. And the ball marched back all the way to the 35-yard line as the Blue Jays bring the offense back up to the line of scrimmage. This time under center is Gjelstead. They're going to pitch this ball back. Not much doing there as that door is shut in a hurry by the Bishop Ryan defensive core again as Jack Heineck was the one with the run. And this will bring up a second down, a gain of 1 on the play. So a second down at 19 here for the Bishop Ryan Lions. Prestwich Orthodontics brings you the ball game here this afternoon. They specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Hop online to MonettBraces.com for a free virtual consultation at Prestwich Orthodontics. You can find them at MonettBraces.com. Fake the handoff, rolling out over to the far side. That pass is going to fall incomplete. Intended for Sorensen. And now we'll have a third down here for Stanley. Third drive here of this afternoon matchup on a Saturday. Blue Jays with a pair of first downs, but now they've found themselves in some penalty trouble here in the late portion of this drive. They spread it out again with some yards needed here, 19 to be exact. 2 on the right, 1 on the left. They're going to look to pass again, rolling out to the left side, tossing it downfield. That ball's going to go incomplete. Running out of options was Gjelstead. And it's a fourth down coming down here for the Blue Jays. Well, the question mark on the season has been, can anybody inside of Region 3 touch the defending state champion, Velva Drake Animus? That is a tough and gritty football team, let me tell you. I had the privilege of calling that state title matchup last year on the PSP Network for the Aggies. Larry Sandy's farewell tour after monumentous career as the head coach of the Aggies. This ball's going to be tossed back to the left side, finding a seam down the sideline. First down and more. Spin move all the way down into the end zone. Touchdown. Porter Sorensen puts the Blue Jays on the board. Well, that play developed from 40 yards out, and Sorensen on the screenplay takes it to the house for the first score of the ball game, and Stanley has themselves a 6-0 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. They're going to attempt the point after here with Chavez. Chavez puts it up. Had the distance. It was right down Broadway. It's good. 7-0. The Blue Jays are on top. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, they strike for first blood in this showdown here today.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
First points of the ball game belong to the Stanley Blue Jays, as Sorensen from 40 yards out takes it to the house. Gives Stanley a 6-0 lead. Chavez missed the point after attempt. I do apologize. I thought that was up and good. See if that changes here in a second. That ball's going to be tossed all the way back to Bishop Bryant's 10-yard line, where the Lions come back to work on the offense. The run back was there for Irk, but taking him down to stop Ethan Jessup. Lions come back out to the offensive side of the football here in the second quarter. 10:44 to tick down. Gigantic thank you to Perry Olson for hopping up into the booth with me. Saw me running that camera by myself. You're a lifesaver, my friend. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. Lions work from the shotgun again. Here with Jet Lundeen. Fires out to the near side. That ball is caught. Yards after the catch for Augustus Engelhardt, the sophomore. And the Lions have a pickup on the play. It still will be a second down. And a short yard and a half to go here for Bishop Bryant on their third drive of the ballgame. Lundeen calling the shots again from that quarterback position. Sends two wideouts over to his left, one on the right. Make it two on the right as Walls is there as well. There's a motion man. They're going to hand off to Zwak. He's going to cut to his left, then his right. He's got a first down and some more. The ball's on the ground. However, it's fumbled. It's recovered by the Blue Jays. Up with it is Drake Slosher, and Stanley's going to take away. Well, it's a bit slick out there here today, and there was a big-time scrub. That ball ended up on the ground, and you see coming out with it was Drake Slosher. A big momentum turner there for the Stanley Blue Jays after they scored their first points of the contest. And more bad news here for Bishop Bryant as Wilson's going to come off the sideline, favoring that left wrist at big time. This brings up a first down and 10 here for the Blue Jays as they'll work from the left side of the football field. Moving from the right to the left here in the second quarter. Nobody scored the first quarter. If you're just joining us, it was Sorensen for the Blue Jays. The 11-minute mark here of quarter number 2 to put the Blue Jays on the board for the first time here tonight. There's a flag on this carry, but the yards were picked up. Clay Papa was the one that moved it forward. Multiple flags on the play. Officials come together. They have their conversation on where this penalty will lie. Today's game here on the PSP Network is also brought to you by our friends at Jersey Mike Subs. Make sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike Subs Player of the Week on the PSP Network. Jersey Mike Subs is a sub above. $15-yard penalty on the chop block call here on the Stanley Blue Jays. That's going to march them back 15 yards all the way back to their side of the football field at the 44-yard line, where they'll go to work on the offense again, but that penalty will cost them just a bit here. 10:25 to tick down here in the first half. It was a good point after from Chavez. I was almost positive it was. We take the digital scoring right off the Daktronics board. They've got that corrected now. It's 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Short gain on the play as that ball was carried up the middle by number 14 for the Blue Jays. That's Carson Berry.
Short gain on the play at second down and long.
Second down and long coming here for Stanley's offense, led by their quarterback, Tyler Gelsted, the senior. They have one in the backfield. Jelstead fakes the pass, hands it off, scrubbing up the middle.
Delayed handoff to Jessen.
Jessen was the one with the carry.
Down by Okeson, and a flag is on the play.
Another flag here in this contest. While we exchange penalties, there's a face mask call here on Bishop Ryan.
Face mask penalty.
That puts the Blue Jays 10 yards ahead. Up to the 46. Still will be a third down.
It's a 5-yard penalty, and it is third down.
They had 10 remaining here for the Blue Jays. Well, the football season into the heart of the schedule now for all the teams throughout North Dakota. A 9-man, AA, and AAA. Bishop Ryan's got DLB and Velva left after this showdown here today. On the handoff of the carry. Oh, that ball goes behind the back of Jessen. Somehow he hangs on to it. Where he ended up with that football, that was a scary situation there for the fullback. That one almost ended up on the ground as we watch this again on the instant replay. Jessen on the run.
Third down and 9.
That initial hit there, the ball kind of popped loose. Somehow he was able to hang on to it. Blue Jays on a third down. Working from the left hash. Fake the handoff. They're going to roll out. This pass is complete over to the far side. Hetzel's got it, but he is swarmed up in a hurry. Stop was made by Bryce Vibetto. Coming from that safety position, he slams the door to make it a fourth down.
Immediately by Bryce Vibetto. No gain on the play. It's fourth down and 9.
Well, you see Lundeen's reaction to the Vibetto hit and play over on the far sideline. And the fourth down is up here for the Blue Jays, needing another big play here in this ball game, leading 7-0. Left for Stanley after tonight, they've got Velva, Drake Adamus as well, and then South Prairie. So inside of Region 3, they've got the top of the ladder and the bottom of the ladder left before the opening round of the playoffs. They also have DLB left on their schedule. I do apologize. Delay a game coming here on the Blue Jays. That will march them back some more yards as well. Well, I would have to think in this showdown, both coaches will have a point of emphasis in the locker room on the little mistakes here. David Leith, the head coach of Stanley, and Aaron Knutson, the new head coach of Bishop Ryan. Don't have the official stats for you, but there's been plenty. There's another flag on the play coming as that ball's going to tower up to Lundeen. He calls for the fair catch, goes off him. It's on the ground. Lundeen's going to fall on top of it.
But recovered by Jet Lundeen.
We'll see where this flag lies. We may replay the down anyhow. Offsides was charged on the Lions.
Offsides on the Lions.
So 5 yards ahead forward here for Stanley. We'll have the same play as they're going to be forced to punt with the ball at midfield. Or will we see some trickery here in the late portion of the first half? It's going to go off the toe there from Jelstead. Towers it down. Ball drops, takes a Bishop Ryan bounce. It's then collected by the Blue Jays. Bishop Ryan's offense comes back out when we come back. 7-0 Blue Jays on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side.
Well, we come back to gameplay here as Lundeen's got it on the keeper. He goes over to his right side over the 20 to the 25. Dances out of bounds there, and Jet Lundeen has the gain on the play and another Bishop Ryan first down. Perry Olson joining me here in the booth today. Perry, a lifesaver here on this afternoon affair. We're going to get Perry a headset. We appreciate your time, my friend, being here. Not only a broadcast extraordinaire, Perry Olson, but also top official in our great state and in the area. Perry, how are you doing today? Thank you for saving me, my friend.
Yeah, you're way too nice. But yes, no, doing well. Good game.
Ball tossed out the flat from Lundeen to Vibeto.
You like competitive high school football games. There aren't tons of them anymore. It feels like a lot of lopsided scores, so this is a good one here.
We were talking about that just a moment ago when we went to that commercial break, watching the Mountain High Magicians, the AAA school in town, take on number 5 ranked Davies last night. Mountain High shut them out. They won 26-0. Bit of a surprising score of two of the top ranked teams in North Dakota. So yeah, you are right, especially a rivalry like this with Ryan and Stanley inside of region number 3. Two teams at 3-2 on the year. Here's Lundeen on the keeper. Lundeen's going to break free up the 50, over to the 45, and Lundeen another big time dance there. And Jet Lundeen continues to impress.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, you get him in open field, he can make a guy miss, and all of a sudden, 4 or 5 yard gain is 15. You got to think Ryan, the first half starting to tick down. Love to get on the board, obviously. Get a good feeling going into half here.
Well, we're going to have a timeout coming on the field. Blue Jays want to talk it over. They're trying to put up the fence to make sure that the Lions don't do just what Perry said. 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Stanley by 7.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
I wasn't really thinking about the shots, honestly. It's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, which led to some great kicks. Shout out to them. It feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, you're way smaller than him. Obviously, how did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, Coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
That line, good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now
while we come back to gameplay, do apologize. We'll get this sorted out for you here in just one moment.
you see what happens when I come in the booth, Nick.
Yes.
Everything breaks loose.
Well, we can't thank you enough for being here, my friend.
Oh, we're good.
Lions on the move now. Here on a second down, Lundeen, quick hitter, comes back into the hands here of Zwak. He had some trouble with that one. It went off his hand, somehow made the play, and then he is brought down for a loss on that play of just about 9.
That's a big catch by Zwak, because that's a backwards pass. If that thing lands, that's a fumble. Big play. You lose some ground there, but you keep possession.
Drew Zwak, 6 foot tall, 185-pound junior. He's had some big plays here today. Yeah, you make a good point, because that one, if it ends up on the turf, he's the only one back there as well, with those Stanley linebackers coming in hot pursuit. Lions work now on the 3rd down and 10. Lundeen across the middle, little screen play, goes up to Zwak. He's going to get the first down and an extra yard on the play. And the Lions move the chains again here in the late minutes of our first half of football.
And a Bishop Ryan Lions, first down.
A little taste of the Blue Jays' old medicine there. Their big gainer, the touchdown, was on that kind of screen play. A little more misdirection for them, but the Lions come back with a screen of their own.
Working from the shotgun here now. Right down the center of the field. Lundin puts a man in motion. That's Engelhardt. Lundin on the keeper. He goes over to his right side. Cuts back to his left. Picks up another yard or two on the play. Lundin's wrestled down there by big number 79. Number 79, I do apologize. That is Jacob Roses. He makes the stop.
Big block by, you say wrestled down. Speaking of wrestling, Drews Walk, accomplished wrestler with a big block on that play on the edge for the Lions.
4:32 now ticks away here in this first half. Those multi-sport athletes, something that
don't mess with them.
You don't mess with them.
Especially if they're tennis.
Yeah, that's a good call. Motion man coming here for the Lions. It's Lundin back to pass. Zwak's got a good block there. Gives Lundin more time. Lundin's got space over on the right side of the 20-15. Dances his way out of bounds. And Jet Lundin takes the Lions into the Serve Pro end zone. Well, we see this block coming here. Zwak had it to then Lundin. Sees his options, surveys, and takes it down almost to the 10. And the Lions are in scoring position here as Serve Pro brings you the red zone play. Serve Pro 24/7 emergency services with trained technicians and advanced technology at Serve Pro. Find them in Western North Dakota. Lions trying to get in for the first time here in this afternoon affair. Vibeno on the right side, Walls on the left. Here comes the timeout for Bishop Ryan. They're going to talk things over, make sure they have the correct play call coming here. PNC Bank scoreboard reads 7-0. We've got ourselves a Hub International Insurance timeout where you can contact Josh Cattell or Michael Mormon at 355-3100. It's Hub International and Hub International timeouts.
There's no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with Golf Simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Lions in purple, Stanley's in white. After a Hub International Insurance timeout for Bishop Ryan, they're set up inside the Serve Pro red zone. Zwak gets wrangled up, then somehow he gets back to his feet. Gains 5 more yards on the play, or just about. How about that run from Zwak after the initial hit?
Short gain on the play. It's second down.
Where do they spot this ball? It will be, I lied to you, it's going to be just a 2-yard gain on that play. Nevertheless, excellent effort coming there from Drew Zwak, the junior, 6 foot tall, 185-pound back here for Bishop Ryan.
So the Olsons were a little late getting to the ball game today and didn't have PSP on. Unfortunately, I don't know what we were doing. Who got the opening kickoff, Nick? A little test of your memory.
Stanley set up with the opening drive of the ball game.
Right, so chance to go back-to-back for the Lions here if they could score. Get the ball in the third quarter.
Lundin rolling out, plenty of time, like a backyard football game. Lundin down to the 10, dances his way forward down to the 8.
I've always thought that's, whether offense or defense, such a key point in the game. You hear the big guys talk about it in the NFL, and you can double up, right? You can score right before half and then get the ball to start the second half. So important. And conversely, on the defensive side, when you get a stop, it's almost like, that extra momentum. Like, hey, they're getting the ball back, but we didn't let them score here, and that's where Stanley is right now. If you can keep these guys out of the end zone, it'd be a big victory, obviously, for the Blue Jays.
From the left hash, the Lions go to work. Bishop Ryan's got the weapons. Stanley's defense has just been stout here in this showdown. They hand off to Zwak. No, it's a keeper from Lundin. He goes right up Broadway. Lundin pushing his way forward. It's like a rugby scrum. Where do they mark it? Touchdown. Jet Lundin dances his way in with the help of the big man behind him. And we've got a 1-point ball game.
So you get Okeson pushing from behind. He's going to move some people.
Quite the scrub there. Lundin with the forward motion. Puts it into the end zone, right to the goal line. And now the Lions look to see if they can add a 2-point conversion to take the lead here. 2 wideouts on the left, 1 on the right. Lundin looks to the end zone. He's got company. Lundin's going to dance to his left, finds a seam. 2 points there for Jet Lundin. And it's 8-7. Bishop Ryan on top. How about the patience here, Perry, of Jet Lundin as we watch this one back? Looking for walls over on the left side, and then, find a seam. Maybe one over here on the left. I'm in for 2 more.
Yeah, mobile quarterback, right? That's what I wish the Vikings had. But you can take it to that next level, right? You got a guy that can move around and put his foot down and change directions. I mean, you're just so much more dangerous, having that athleticism in the quarterback position. And, Jet's been that for Bishop Ryan for a couple years now, and has a couple years left, right? Junior.
Well, the junior QB's got the 2 scores for the Lions. One, a 6-point touchdown. The other, 2-point conversion. Bishop Ryan leads 8-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Well, when you have athletes and you give them some time and space, a lot of times they make plays. That's what we see from Jet Lundin here for Bishop Ryan. Not only on the run for the touchdown, but on the 2-point conversion. Those were 2 completely different plays, however. He needed help on the first one from the guys behind him. He had plenty of time and space on the second. Here's the kickoff back to the Blue Jays trying to respond here. A good run back is going to come all the way back up over the 45-yard line. Now the return here for Stanley was Kane Rudolph.
Probably got ahead of myself. Still 3.5 to go. 2 timeouts for the Blue Jays, starting darn near at the 50-yard line. Certainly a great opportunity for them to go down and punch something in before half.
Yeah, I would agree with that. At the same time, the way that this game has been ridden with penalties and only 2 scores on the board, 1 on each side here today. I mean, the points have been on a premium. It certainly hasn't been a shootout by any means. But you make a good point that the Blue Jays have that same opportunity here now with 3:34 to play in field position at midfield. Ball's handed off to Schlosser. He goes up the middle, but he's going to be wrangled up in a hurry there as Kane Okeson shuts the door. Okeson, the big man in the middle here for Bishop Ryan. 6'3", 265-pound sophomore. Sun trying to peek its way out just a bit here at Herb Parker Stadium.
Does that mean it would get hotter in this booth?
I was just asking at the last commercial break after the Lions score. I looked at Perry and said, is it just me or is it on fire in here? Of course, I never, to a football game, I would never ever wear these Under Armour sweatpants. That's what I have on here today, the windbreakers. It was kind of cold last night at mine at high school for that matchup with mine at high end. Fargo Davies, and today I've got the wrong outfit on because I got a long sleeve on today as well. Keeper there for the quarterback, Gelstead. He's out of play over on the far sideline. 3rd down and 3 coming here for the Blue Jays.
First I've seen Gelstead play. He's mobile as well. He moves well, gets around quick, makes something happen with his feet. And earlier before I started doing this terrible camera work, threw just a really nice ball. So definitely a dynamic quarterback for the Blue Jays.
He's got a two-fold game. He can run and he can also pass. We've seen here today. That one's going to be flipped back. Gets into the hands of Heineck, and then Heineck got a swarm of Lions on top of him. Coonrod in on the stop to lead the Lion charge again. Making Connor Harvey in on that stop.
A decision time here for Stanley, right? You go for this 4th and 4. You don't get it. You give the Lions the ball back with 2.5 to play on a pretty short field. Maybe punt it away and see if the defense can hold them. It looks like maybe that's what they're going to do.
Well, the Lions are going to send 2 back to receive here. That's Irk back along with number 8, Engelhard. Blue Jays with their quarterback back to punt, Tyler Jelstead. He's going to take it, puts the boot on it. Jelstead can also punt the ball as he sends that one down. Takes a Stanley roll inside the 20-yard line, almost all the way down to the 16. And the Lions will have field position back in their own territory, but a minute 47 to work here to close out our first half of football, leading 8-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Anything you've seen early on in this ball game here today, Perry, in the second quarter that is an immediate topic of conversation besides those penalties for both teams?
Well, you got to remember you're talking to a tennis player, guy who never played football. No, I would say probably both coaches would say exactly that, right? You got to keep the yellow off the field and keep going positive directions. We had a couple plays where we've gone backwards, especially the Blue Jays a couple possessions ago where, you're 1st and 10 and all of a sudden you're 1st and 20. That's not going to work. But, yeah, if you play mistake-free football and don't turn it over, you're going to win a lot of games.
Lundeen's got it here. He looks to pass as he goes over to his left. That was right. Still plenty of time. Lundeen fires across the middle. He had time and space to find Bryce Vibetto. I made the comment to backyard football earlier on in this showdown here today, and that's what it felt like right there as Vibetto went out into the open right at the 30-yard line, and it's a first down for the Lions as Lundeen found a way. Stay away from that Stanley defense. They do the same thing here as they spread it out with 4 wideouts here. More time and space for Lundeen. He goes over to his right side down the field. That pass is complete. Vibetto again on the near sideline. And a big play there as Chet Lundeen finds Vibetto at the opposing 43-yard line. The Lions are on the move.
That big play goes out of bounds, so you stop the clock. You still got the 2 timeouts with 72 seconds to go, and now the playbook opens up a little bit more, right? Much shorter field, chance to do some damage.
Lions bring out a formation again with the field spread out here. Vibetto on the far left side. He's been the target back-to-back. Does Lundeen look to him again? Lundeen in the pocket. Uh-oh, he's going to fumble the football. It comes out. Blue Jays have possession. Off the ground, it came into the hands there for Daewon Johnson, and Johnson didn't know what direction he was going.
That was good to get going the right way, Daewon. That's a heck of a hit from behind. Great play defensively, pick it up. And, when the momentum was starting to swing there, one play, it's going the other direction.
Well, the Blue Jays with a big-time stop and an opportunity here. That's the second time in this first half that we've seen Bishop Ryan with a giant play, and on the very next snap, they've turned the ball over.
I think you kind of feel the whole crowd go, go the other way. no, other way. That was good.
This was a bit of a blooper here, as you can see. He started heading towards straight west, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, got a second, we got to go east here, don't we? And that's what happened. Ball's going to be handed off here. Blue Jays, now they're going to fumble the ball. It's on the ground. Lions are going to get it back here as we exchange turnovers back and forth at the end of our first half. Well, we talked about it earlier on in the broadcast here today that with the precip that's outside and being a bit muggy here today, it's not exactly it's a bit slippery out there. I'd have to assume back-to-back turnovers here as the ball ends up on the ground for both sides, and it's the Lions that have possession back.
And it's spitting just a little bit out there still right now, so still precipitation coming down as well.
First down and 10 for Bishop Ryan. They need to take a shot here in this drive with a minute remaining here in the first half. Oh, that pass is batted down. Up with the big arm. The paw came away there. Look out That's big number 64. Heineck's the one that shuts the door. It's Ben Heineck.
There's an athletic name for many decades. Really great play. Smart, right? You know, I'm not going to get to the quarterback. I'm just going to put my big paws up there and see what happens and, you know, stop a Lundin pass who had been connecting pretty consistently here.
Ben Heineck. They don't have his height listed, but a 230-pounder. He's got some size on that front line here for the Blue Jays. Lundin passes it out again. Finds Vibetto. Vibetto trying to break free at the 50 or at least get to the sideline. He's wrangled down there and tossed to the turf by Kane Rudolph.
Lions take a timeout.
Timeout on the field brought to you by Hub International Insurance. Contact Josh Cattell or Michael Mormon today at 355-3100. It's Hub International. Bishop Ryan leading 8-7. They've got the football. 2 more downs here before a first down, trying to put 6 more points on the board. Tail end of our first half.
The trick to throwing well is knowing where you want the ball to go. Like how the local bankers at First Western Bank and Trust take the time to learn about you and recommend the banking services like online banking or personal loans that keep your goals on target.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Thanks again to Prestwich Orthodontics bringing you the ball game here today on the PSP Network. Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Free virtual consultations and financing options make it easy to take your smile to the next level at Prestwich Orthodontics. Find them online, modernbraces.com. 3rd down and 7 here for the Lions across the middle. It's Lundin that tried to go to Walls. That ball was batted down out in the secondary on a nice play coming from Josh Hetzel.
Yeah, really nice play. Left his feet. That's a good ball.
Lundin with a tight spiral. He's been able to pass that ball and sling it around quite a bit, not only here today in this season, but in his career as the starter for Bishop Ryan. Wall's the big target there, but Hetzel was the one that said, I don't quite think so, not on this play.
Now the same decision here for Bishop Ryan that Stanley had. Do you punt this away, 45 seconds to go, or do you go for it, not get it, and give them a shot at the end?
Lions are going to look to take a shot. Lundin's got company, rolls out of the pocket, over towards his right, downfield, pass is caught. There is a flag on the play all the way back at the 45-yard line. That pass was rocketed all the way up to Connor Harvey. He made the catch.
Get the feeling that that may be a hold.
Bomb of a pass from Lundin. You had the right call. It is a hold on the Lions. That's going to march them back 10 yards.
Rule change this year, Nick. In the past, in high school football, holds were penalized from the spot of the hold, even if that spot was behind the original line of scrimmage. So sometimes it could be 16, 17-yard penalties, and they're huge. Now it goes from the previous line of scrimmage, which is kind of the more fair and common way to have that officiated and ruled in all football.
Changes the game just a bit.
Yeah. Kind of evens it up.
Changes that room for air and debate as well on exactly where that would happen. This ball's going to be punted away on the return for the Blue Jays. Schlosser, he's going to get all the way up to the Lion 40-yard line before he's wrangled up. Excellent field position coming here on a big-time run from Drank Schlosser.
Yeah, big play. That was the line of scrimmage for that snap. So basically flipping the field, although another flag, it looks like, at the 45.
Conversation continues here with no flag on the play. They're going to say inadvertent flag. So the Blue Jays will have field position at the Lion 40 as there's only 29 seconds remaining here in this first half. Blue Jays are going to look to take a shot. Tyler Gelsted toe-to-toe here today with Jet Lundin. Boy, these two quarterbacks with some highlights in this single-A football matchup inside of Region 3. Blue Jays are up on the ball. Gelsted's going to work from center. He's got 2 in the backfield, 2 over on the left side. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He's got company. Now he breaks free. Gelsted over to the sidelines. He dashes out of bounds and picks up maybe a yard on the play. Nice heads-up play there on the quarterback keeper with his options running limited at the tail end of that snap. 22 seconds now ticks down. Join us for our halftime report coming up right around the corner. We'll have the game reset of this showdown here today. We'll also take a look ahead at the week to come on the PSP Network and at the most recent media poll inside of single A football. Blue Jays look to take the lead back here. Final possession of the first half. Gelsted wrangled up. Oh, he went down awkwardly as the big man for the Lions came flying in. Oakson comes in, and boy, that one didn't look like it felt very good.
Big loss on the play. 3rd down.
Yeah, good to see him up, and he's definitely feeling it, but I think he's got 12 minutes here to feel a little better, which is probably a good thing.
Well, we get to halftime here in this single A matchup. We knew it was going to be a good one. Certainly has not disappointed yet. It's 8-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Join us for our halftime report coming up in just a moment. Break down the first 2 quarters of play and get you set up for the next 2. Bishop Ryan 8, Stanley 7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
We'd also like to thank Community Sports Management, the official
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on. First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
But Simon, what about mold?
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Ackerman Estfold is an experienced team of architects and civil engineers committed to achieving the best possible solution for every project. Over the past 20 years, our team has been trusted with jobs big and small throughout the state, from major flood protection projects to county roads, classroom walls, and community spaces. We will be your partner through the initial design to final construction. Trust the Ackerman Estfold team with your next project.
Got ourselves a good one at Herb Parker Stadium on top of Monets North Hill, home to the MSU Beavers. Good ball game with Bishop Bryant and Stanley. 8-7, Lions have the lead. Welcome into our halftime reports. Nick Hulberg joined by Perry Olson on the call. Impromptu here today. Perry, we sure appreciate your time, you hopping in. Overall, your thoughts on the ball game? We've been treated to a good one so far.
Well, first off, you were doing a dynamite job of calling the game and using your right hand to run the camera when I got here. So that was very impressive. I think you're the first half MVP. But you're ineligible, so you can't get it. I think this is a great high school football game. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there are a lot of football games that are 35-0 right now. I mean, there are not tons of competitive, close high school football games right now. It's just kind of where we are right now in the state. And, to look on the scoreboard, see 8-7, and this is exciting. The people here are enjoying themselves and seeing, I would think, two of the more dynamic quarterbacks. But not just that. I mean, you've got some really nice guys up front, too, right? The Hainek, the Okasons. I mean, there are some football players on the field here who can make plays, and we've seen them making plays. A couple turnovers I think both coaches would like to have back, but, they almost happened in the middle of the field, and they almost offset each other, it almost felt like. So kind of just going back and forth, blow to blow, and it's whoever plays the cleaner half coming up for the next two quarters, I think, probably going to walk away with a pretty important victory.
Sprinkles are coming down quite a bit more than we saw earlier on today. How much of a factor does that play now, and what's the game plan for both teams? You work on running the ball a little bit more and protecting that football would be the message, I'd have to assume.
Yeah, I would think it's just, at all costs. I know we want an extra yard or two, but we want the ball, right? So protect that thing. Be good with your footing. Just be smart. Don't knock the officials over. I've already seen one official on the ground today. Could be costly for him, but no. You just really, I think you say it a few more times and hope at this time of the year that the guys are realizing how important it is to have a tight hold on that football. And a game like this, I guarantee both sides are pumped right now. I mean, they're looking at that scoreboard going, this is fun. I like this. Let's get after it. The coaching staffs are excited about it, and both teams are going to be able to see what they're maybe made of right now in the next couple of quarters.
Big time implications for playoffs here as well. Velva drank Animus #1 inside of Region 3 at 4-0. Stanley at 3-0 at number 2. Bishop Ryan 3-0, tied for number 2. Both of those teams that we see today are 3-2 overall, 3-0 for their region records. This is a big one today, folks, and the next 24 minutes are going to be quite a bit of fun to be a part of, I would assume.
This could get a little dangerous, making some assumptions here, but I believe, it's always been, if you get that second spot in your region, you're going to be home more than likely, in the playoffs a little bit more than if you're that third seed. And you're looking at teams right now that are kind of maybe fighting for that spot, that 2 and 3 perhaps. Velva, I think, has probably stood out as pretty exceptional in the state. Obviously, they're leading the state poll, I think, the latest one that came out. Yeah, I believe that's right. Yeah, it's right at the top. So, this is a half that you're going to want to get. That's for sure. It kind of propels you into that last part of the regular season on a good note, and always good to win a close game.
Yeah, certainly in a rivalry matchup as well. Let's look at that media poll. It's brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air has over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. They are the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online, northern-plains.com. Velva drank Animus with 14 of the first place votes at number 1 in 11A football. Kindred took 4 of those first place votes on this last week poll from the media. They're 4-0 on the year. Dickinson Trinity at number 3, Langdon at number 4, Shiloh Christian at number 5. So you've got the Aggies, the Vikings, the Titans, the Cardinals, and the Skyhawks inside the top 5. That's a power-packed lineup right there. When you think of single-A football, those 5 teams really do come to mind.
Yeah, and good one last night in Dickinson. Trinity beat Shiloh 33-14, so it's always fun when you see those top 5 matchups. And Shiloh had a really nice program going, still do. They were 9-man for a while. They've moved up into the 11-man ranks, and yeah, good battle out there in Dickinson at Bijou Stadium. Beautiful facility. I'm sure you've been, and yeah, good one to see.
Time for our second half, but first a game reset here Nobody scored in the first quarter. Both touchdowns came in the second quarter, just about 8 minutes apart. A 40-yard dash for Porter Sorensen for Stanley made it 6-0. The point after was no good. It was good. I'm sorry, 7-0.
Took a while to get it on the board, though.
It took a while to get it on the
right,
board.
in your defense.
That's where the issue on my scorecard comes from. I had to look and double check for a moment. 7-0. Blue Jays were on top. Then at the 3:39 mark of the first half remaining, it was a 9-yard run from Jet Lundeen. He added the 2-point conversion, and the Lions took the lead at 8-7. That's where we stand on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. It is time for half number 2, brought to you by Monmouth State University. More than 96% of recent MSU grads are employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Monmouth State University, be seen, be heard, be you. We're underway for the second half of football as the Lions take the opening kick of the second half. It's run back by Christensen. All the way up to over the, where are they at? The 43-yard line is where the Lions will set up with their first possession here in the second half of football. Well, to say that we've been impressed with Jet Lundeen on the day and Tyler Jelstead, the two quarterbacks, might be an understatement here today. Both kids throwing the football around well here in this contest. And they're running. For me, it's been Jet Lundeen's patience inside the pocket that has really shined bright here in this afternoon affair. Lions spread it out again as Lundeen's back to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket here. Now he's going to keep it on the option play, moves it up forward over the 45, and Jet Lundeen's got a gain of just about 6 on the play. And Perry, you really do have to give the Bishop Ryan Lions front line a lot of credit for allowing Lundeen that time in the pocket as well.
Yeah, kudos to two sides, I'd say, on that one. Nice job giving him time to scan the field, but really nice coverage by the secondary, by the Blue Jays. You know, he had a lot of time to try and make a play, and there was just no one open.
Lions will try it again after the last gain and a second down. Call it a 2nd and 5 here for Bishop Ryan as Lundeen from the shotgun again. He's got Zwak right next to him. There was a motion man. This time they go to Zwak. Zwak runs it forward. He's going to be hauled up at the 50-yard line. In on the stop was number 67, Jack Heineck. We've said his name plenty of times today as well. Two-way player for the Blue Jays with a big stop there.
Yeah, brings up an early key down here. 3rd and maybe a long 3, short 4 coming up for the Lions. Try and keep an opening drive going. Maybe 4 down territory at midfield.
Well, we saw in the first half that Bishop Ryan had 4 first downs in that first half of football. They also had 2 key turnovers. They also had 2 turnover recoveries in that first half that made a difference in this ball game. Lundeen's back to pass. Wide open here on the near sideline. Englehart's got it. That's good enough for a first down as he runs out of bounds up over the 35. Well, Englehart, one of those receivers for the Lions. He had some time and space. He's pushed out of bounds after that run by Drake Slosher.
Yeah, a name that you've called a few times here in the second quarter, now into the second half, Englehart.
Lions with a first down and 10. Ball at the 35-yard line. 2 wideouts on the left, 2 on the right, 1 in the backfield. Motion man is Englehart. It's Lundeen. He's got company. Look out, coming in from behind. Ethan Jessen comes up with the sack.
Whew, can't do much about that. It's the old get the ball count to 1, you're on the ground as the quarterback. Excellent play. He kind of got jettisoned almost forward into Lundeen.
Loss of 8 on the play. It's 2nd down.
Well, he gets around the edge on the outside, and there was just no coverage there as Okeson doesn't get beat on that corner very often. He slipped just a bit. Count the sack for the Blue Jays, and it's a big time loss of yardage here for the Lions. On the keeper, Lundeen's going to take it and turn the turbos on. Tries to hit the corner. He does. There's a flag on the play. Spin move now another. Big gain for Jet Lundeen.
I think this one's coming back. I think we had a hold on the edge.
There is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. It is a hold. Good call, Perry.
You just got to look at the coaches on that side. They all called it too. So that's how you know.
Get a pretty good indicator.
That's right. That's right.
Well, some changes in high school football this season, one of which that we've seen quite a bit at that AAA level that they're calling quite a bit more, and that's the open field hits. Making sure to try to eliminate some of those big-time job breakers, if you will. Seems if it's a big hit these days, they're gonna flag you for it.
In the past, it was always talked about if you lead with your hands, it's more legal than not leading with your hands as the guy delivering a blow.
It's a new age of football, no question. Lundeen across the middle. Oh, he goes to Ramsey Walls. Walls is going to dance his way on in. Touchdown, Lions. Walls with the touchdown, and the Lions lead 14-7. Talk about a well-executed play there by Bishop Ryan.
Yeah, the name that you know from the football or the basketball court for sure, and it would make sense. He'd be a good wideout. He can go out and get the ball, go up high and get it. But that was a really nice ball. He had inside position and open field ahead of him.
Jet Lundeen on the pass to Ramsey Walls. Target that he hasn't gone to a whole ton here today. Only a second catch according to what I have written down here in the ball game. The biggest, however, is the Lions give themselves a cushion here. They're going to go for two again. Lundeen back to pass. Uh-oh, he slips. He's wrangled up. And the two-point conversion won't happen because coming in hot and making the stop there for the Stanley Blue Jays was number 14. I don't have a 14 on the list. I do apologize.
And don't underestimate the importance of those stops on those two-point conversions. This keeps it a 7-point game. Stanley, a team that kicks the extra point. All right, those extra points after touchdowns, if it's 2 or 1, those are very important in high school football, especially in a close game. So, you keep this, especially if Stanley's a team that likes to kick, right? So a touchdown, maybe 7 for them. You want to keep this at a one-score game. At just 7 and not 8, which obviously is a one-score game, but if they're preferring to kick those extra points, I think they're much more comfortable where it sits right now.
Jet Lundeen to Ramsey Walls. Good point. All the little X factors of this contest. The X factor of the rain coming down here was the difference in Lundeen being able to get a pass off and not, but credit the Stanley defense coming in hot, making that stop. Stanley gets the ball back. Dancing his way into the Serve Pro red zone. Again, 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians at Serve Pro. Well, it's 14-7 now on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. What does Stanley do with their first offensive drive of the ball game? Of the second half, I should say. Ball's going to go to the near sideline. Out of play it will go. That will cause the flag. And fair field position coming here for the Blue Jays on their first offensive drive in the third quarter.
You almost wonder if that wasn't on purpose for the Lions. You got good athletes back there catching those punts and kickoff here, and they've had some really nice gains on their returns. Just kick it out of bounds, give them the ball 35 and call it good. Actually, they're going to have them re-kick, which I think maybe tells you what Stanley thinks about their return guys. They're like, no, we know what you're trying to do. You're going to kick it again, and we want our guys to try and get it in their hands.
I think your point was just proven on what the Blue Jays elect to do here on the Lions putting it back on the tee.
You just accept the 5 yards, obviously, so this is 5 yards back from where it was booted before, and we'll do it again.
If you're just joining us here today, Bishop Ryan's in purple, Stanley's in white. It's the Lions that have touchdowns from Lundeen and Ramsey Walls here in the showdown. That ball's going to come into the hands here of Rudolph, and Rudolph carries up over the 45 before he's knocked out of bounds at the Bishop Ryan sideline. Here come the Blue Jays again onto the offense with Tyler Jelstad, the 6-foot-tall senior 160-pound quarterback. Cloud cover all week long here in the Magic City as we get some rain to get us into the winter months. Some people cringe when I say that. I'm a fan of it. That means high school basketball and high school hockey, playoff football are right around the corner. Gelstead under center. Motion man, that ball's going to be pitched back. Oh, not a lot of room there, is wrapped up. Heineck is the one that's got the carry. Stop is made by the Lions and Kane Okeson.
Probably not too long before hockey camps kick off, high school level. Am I right on that, Nick?
Yeah, right around the corner. The tail end, it's about a week after the Dakota Bowl that
the games start, right?
That the games are off and rolling, or at least tryouts will happen, and then the games are about a week after that. So by the end of November, high school hockey season's at full stride. We'll have coverage, by the way, of the Dakota Bowl again this year. Digital radio coverage of all 4 games from the state championships. Well, to the near sideline, Drake Slosher carried it. Okeson was in on the stop again, and getting some help from the Lions was Zwank. He comes up with the stop.
And Drake was definitely looking to pass that ball, and probably made the smart decision not to let it fly. But he was eligible to do so, and just couldn't find who he was looking for open. So probably made the wise decision just to get what he could and live to fight another down.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up this 3rd down and 12 now here for the Stanley Blue Jays, who work from the right hash at the 42-yard line. Uh-oh, here comes the blitz again. Big-time sack. Well, you see the celebration there from Byer. The junior came in and closed the gap on Gelstead. That brings up a 4th down and a loss on the play. The defense reigns supreme on this drive here for the Lions. That hole opened up, and there was just a clear pathway Byer to make his way on to Gelstead. Gelstead puts the toe on it. This ball's going to go over to the Bishop Ryan sidelines, and the Lions have decent field position on their second drive of the second half. 49-yard line is where the Lions will have their first down at 10, trying to add to a 14-7 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. 8-7 at the half. Bishop Ryan missed on the last 2-point conversion. Well, Jet Lundin, does he go back to Walls here? That's a question mark. It's apparent that the Lions have some weapons. We knew that coming into the showdown here today. They've used Engelhart, Vibeto, Zwank, and of course Walls on the last touchdown. And it's been Jet Lundin that's had the Lions share, pardon the pun, of the rushing yards here today. Lundin rushed out of the pocket. Oh, he steps back. Look at this athletic play. Lundin still looking to get rid of the football. Throws it to the near side, gets it to Zwank. Zwank back to the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play. Want to talk about athleticism of a quarterback. Look at that play right there.
That was a lot of work for no gain, what that was. Something happened way back behind the line of scrimmage. It was a low block or a hold. Certainly looks like it's on the Lions.
We'll be on Bishop Ryan as you see our head official walk over to David Leith, the head coach of Stanley Blue Jays, to see what he would like to do. Well, the blindside block. We talked about that right leading into our third quarter of football, how they have really cracked down on those blindside blocks and those blindside hits in open field like that, Perry. And you see what it's going to cost Bishop Ryan here. That's going to be a big penalty on the Lions.
Yeah, you exactly called it, right? It's, you know, you turn on the NFL films, or even if they were doing a high school game 20 years ago, and you could see those hits and they were legal. Totally changed now.
Well, some of the purists of the sport not too fond of that. You hear some of the Lion fans that aren't fond of it here today, but for the protection of the athletes is why they move in that direction in 2023 and moving forward. What can the Lions do with it? They've got themselves a situation where they're way back. Uh-oh, Lundin trying to get rid of the football. Somehow gets that pass away. Will it be legal? That's the question. Nope, the flag does come out.
Lundin is pressured. Flag on the play.
Well, good field position at the 49 has brought the Lions all the way back to their own 20-yard line where that flag is down.
I know they're going the other direction, but Bishop Ryan's going to need to get almost to Blaisdell to get a first down at this point.
The penalty comes with a loss of down.
Loss of down and the yardage on the intentional grounding here called on Jet Lundeen.
It's second down, and I can't count that high.
Ball back at the 29-yard line. Second down and a mile here for Bishop Ryan with a 14-7 lead, 6:44 ticking down in the third quarter. Lundeen from the shotgun. Falls back to pass again. Oh, he's going to be pressured once more. Lundeen trying to get rid of it. He does up the near sideline, into the hands and then out. Engelhardt was there, incomplete.
He had a couple guys kind of in that area for sure. Tough play.
Well, there's a player down here for Bishop Ryan on the near sidelines. Bryce Vibetto in all sorts of pain. Looks like a cramp. Trinity Sports Medicine on hand. We're going to take a step aside of the Hub International Insurance injury timeout. Hub International, 355-3100. Contact Michael Borman or Josh Cattell today with all your business and personal insurance needs.
We have the privilege of serving our community by helping businesses and individuals protect what matters most. That's why we're proud to be your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, we work with the industry's leading insurance companies and provide our clients a better experience and a better value. For auto, home, business, bonds, life, and health insurance, think the Kramer Agency. See us at our new location at 232 West Century.
Your partner for life.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at
Well, we do apologize to Trusted Tire, cutting short of that commercial, but the Lions are back out. Vibetto is okay and on the sideline. Jet Lundeen's back to pass. Oh, he's got company again. Look out. Lundeen's going to scramble over towards his left. He's got clear sailing here. Lundeen down the sideline with a man to beat. Picks up a first down on the dash all the way inside the 30-yard line of the Stanley Blue Jays. That might be your play of the game.
Well, I've talked about it. You know, a guy that can keep a play alive. Looked like he was dead to rights a couple of times. Deep in the backfield. Turns it into, yeah, you're right, probably one of the biggest gainers and most important plays of the game.
First down and 10 now here for Bishop Ryan at the Stanley 29-yard line after the penalties caused the Lions to go from the 49 on the Stanley side of the field all the way back near their own 20-yard line. And the Lions go to work now here on the offense. Here with the first down situation is Lundeen from the shotgun. 3 wideouts over on the right. Quick hitter coming here into the hands of Engelhardt. Makes a move, now another. He's going to bust free up inside the Serve Pro red zone as he danced his way over towards that far sideline, avoiding the Stanley Blue Jays. Well, they spot this at the 29. They had to get to the at the 21, they had to get to the 19. A little harder for me to see from up here, all the way over on that far sideline. Just means I'm getting older, Perry, I think, is what the real issue probably is.
I'll give you a pass.
Wideouts on each side here. Lions from the 21. Motion man, high snap. Lundeen keeps it. There's a flag on the play. Lundeen barrels his way forward.
It's definitely in the area of chop block, perhaps. You have one guy go high, one guy go low. That's a big no-no.
Officials have the conversation. They come together. Here's the call.
Personal foul, shot block.
Good eyes, you were all over that one.
15-yard penalty.
Another 15-yard penalty here on Bishop Ryan. I don't have the official stats here today or tracking those official stats, but the loss of yards for penalties on penalties here for Bishop Ryan is something that certainly needs to be addressed if they want to make a deep playoff run. They've been sickened with them here today. I don't even know what the word would be. Eric Knutson probably losing some hair on the Bishop Ryan sidelines with another 15-yarder here after the Lions were just short to that first down. They're going to get some back possibly, or who's this going to be? Odd. Okeson maybe on the near sideline. It is a false start on the offense, and another one plagues the Lions.
Second down and 21.
Second and 21 coming here for Bishop Ryan.
Well, the Lions have had some interesting down and distances on this drive. Second and 21 at least here. What do we have? Second or third and 40 maybe earlier.
Can they prevail and find a way for another first down or maybe 6 more? Jet Lundeen takes the high snap again. Lundeen's got company. Finds the man over on the far side with the football's walk. Gets up inside the 30-yard line before he's pelted out of bounds there by Kane Rudolph.
I think that's kind of what you'd like to do if you're the Lions, right? You got a big chunk to go get about half of it on that first one. Now you got 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11, something a little manageable.
Bishop Ryan will work from the right hash. They said a wide receiver way out over here to the left side. That's Irk. 2 wideouts on the right side, 1 on the backfield. Englehart's the motion man here for the Lions. Lundeen calls for the football. He receives. Lundeen back to pass. He's got company again. Lundeen scrambles his way out to the right side. Lundeen's got some room up the sideline. First down into the Servpro red zone for Jet Lundeen.
Yeah, and somehow they magically do it again, right? You know, it was the legs of Jet Lundeen taking care of the first long down and distance on this drive, and then he does it again there on that 3rd down play.
For a quarterback, obviously with athleticism, there's something more that can be said about number 9 in purple here today, though, and that's just the vision that he has on that football field, Perry, to be able to create those opportunities.
And he's had some runners at him in the backfield. It's just quick little steps forward and let that defender move by. It lets the play keep developing, and then he finds the seam and can go. Got better vision than you. He's young.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And me.
Walls and Engelhart over on the left side. Will a timeout come, or is that going to be? It will be a timeout. Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. We'll take a break as well. Contact Michael Foreman or Josh Cattell today at Hub International, 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. Lions are knocking on the door in the Servpro red zone after quite a drive here. Eating up plenty of time on the clock. They lead 14-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
For your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Today's ball game brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Roger Ward Moving and Storage can help you with your moving and storage needs. They've been helping the region since 1942 at Roger Ward. Find them online. Roger Ward Moving and Storage.com. Inside the Servpro red zone, Lundeen's got the football. There's a helmet off of one of the Stanley players. Open up the far sideline, dancing towards the pylon. At the 1-yard line, it's close but not in.
And out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Well, they mark it out of bounds at the 2. Diving towards that pylon was Zwak. He was almost in for 6 more.
And yet another play where you think the Blue Jays may have Lundeen down in the backfield. He makes a move, keeps the play alive. 1st and goal.
Well, they stack the backfield here. 14 seconds on the play clock. Excuse me, on the handoff or the keeper up the middle. It's going to be gain of maybe one on the play. It's going to be short here for the Lions on the second down and goal situation.
Looks like the Lions are going to go quickly.
Hurry up offense. Lundin on the keeper again. Turns his back to it. Falls into the end zone. Jet Lundin, second touchdown of the ball game.
Definitely, when you have some big guys on the line like the Lions do, you just get right behind them, keep your legs churning, and basically just fall backwards into the end zone.
Lundin does it there from 1 yard out. And it's 28-7 in favor of Bishop Bryant. Well, they're going to go for two again here as they set up inside the 5. They hand off to Zwak. He's going to cut to his right. Football's on the ground. It's picked up. And the Lions are in for the touchdown. That ball was dropped. It went into the hands of Johannes, and Johannes is in for the 2-point conversion. 22-7, Bishop Bryant's got the lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride.
(22-7), Bishop Bryant's got the lead. We don't have the time on that last drive, but man, it certainly took some time off the clock. Perry touchdown it did that drive. It's Perry Olson and Nick Hulberg, by the way, on the call here on the PSP Network. That Lions, plagued by some penalties, ended up all the way back inside their own 35-yard line. Inside their own 30, I should say. Ended up down the field, ended up in the end zone for the touchdown. They kick off here to the Blue Jays. Hetzel's got it. Hetzel's going to avoid one man, now another. Hetzel's up to just about the 45, and the Blue Jays will bring the offense back out.
And that offense is getting probably a little more difficult to work, because definitely, if you can see it, a little more strong rain showers starting to fall now across. The umbrellas are coming out here. You can actually see it moving in almost from the east, it looks like.
Mother Nature has played nice for the majority of the football season. Today she's showering down a bit here at Herb Parker Stadium. We're in the friendly confines here of the press box at Herb Parker. Thank you to the Minot State football staff for allowing us the room here today to be in one of the offices. There's going to be a handoff here. Big gain on the play. Cumming is running the ball forward. Jack Heideck again with the size moves the ball forward.
Probably the type of drive that the Blue Jays would like, right? Keep the ball on the ground right now. Just forward, positive yards every time. 3 here, 5 here, 6 here. Try and get down there, punch one in, and get this thing back to a one-score game. You know, if they do try and throw, what wind there is at their back right now.
That ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Is it Bishop Bryant that comes up with the recovery on the fumbled snap? It is the Lions. Well, there's the moisture playing a factor as that ball was on the ground. And you see the celebration for Parker Byer coming up after he recovered the fumble. Third turnover here for Stanley in the ball game. Bishop Ryan's been the recipient on the positive side of all three. And now the Lions offense comes back to work. Jet Lundine's going to work now from the shotgun. 3 wideouts on the left, 1 on the right side as the Lions have 1 in the backfield. Lundeen across the middle. That one went into the hands and out of Jay Schwan. Then Schwan tattooed after the play.
Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 here for Bishop Ryan.
And the Lions really have gone to the air a lot in this second half. It'll be interesting now they've got it back with this moisture coming down considerably harder than it had been the entire game. If they go to the ground more, obviously first down there, they go to the air again, but we'll see if you start to get a healthy dose of Zwak from the backfield.
That's what they do here. They go to Zwak. He's going to cut to his right. He's got a pickup of about 4 on the play. He's stopped there by Dejon Johnson.
It's 3rd down and 7.
3rd down here for Bishop Ryan as you see some of that rain gears out over on the far sideline. It's not dry here at Herb Parker Stadium. 7 yards to go here for the Lions as 2:18 ticks down in the 3rd quarter. Lundeen takes it on the keeper, dances over some traffic here, trying to bust free to hit the corner. He does. He's over the 40. And Jet Lundeen's got another first down for Bishop Ryan.
I can't get over the number of times today where I've thought that the Blue Jays had Jet Lundeen taken down in the backfield, and he makes something happen, and usually that something is a pretty big gain, as it was there.
Any knock on what you see out of the Ryan quarterback? Is there any Achilles heel that you can see that's visible in your football mind?
Well, my football mind is not very big. However, he certainly looked good today. I'll say that.
From the shotgun again, he works. Motion man for the Lions is Vibetto. Comes to Lundeen. They're going to look to pass again. He's got company. Lundeen spinning over. Lundeen still trying to get rid of the football down the near sideline. Oh, almost into the hands, but incomplete as it went to Connor Harvey. Somehow Lundeen got that pass away. Big thanks again to Planet Pizza, 701-852-1700. Try one of those Planet Pizza pizzas today. I like the Blue Buffalo. You ever have the Blue Buffalo at Planet Pizza?
You know, I'm kind of a boring guy, Nick. I'm just like a pepperoni or a sausage or a beef kind of guy.
I'm all right with that. Planet Pizza cheese pizza is the best in the world.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I'll say this. You can't beat the crust of a Planet Pizza pizza.
852-1700. They'll deliver to you here today as you watch the tail end of this ball game.
Tell Tony you can send me $20.
Lundeen fires downfield. He's got Walls again into the end zone. Second TD for Ramsey Walls from Jet Lundeen. But Walls is in some pain after he was spun down in the corner of the end zone. Bishop Ryan adds 6 more out of the board. 28-7. They've got the lead. Lundeen airs it out, and after the play, Walls with a bit of a cramp, it looked like. He's all right and back up over the far side of the end zone. Second score of the day for Ramsey Walls. (28-7) Lions. Two-point conversion coming. That football's on the ground again. Stanley picks it up. Bishop Ryan no good on their 2-point attempt. They still have a 28-7 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Jet Lundeen to Ramsey Walls for the most recent score. All Lions here in the second half.
shots, honestly. It's just the shots came to me. Derek and Eric especially had some great drives, which led to some great kicks. Shout out to them. It feels good.
For you to come out here from a defensive effort against Eagle staff, you're way smaller than him. Obviously, how did you get yourself pumped up for that?
Well, Coach has a thing that says height doesn't measure heart, and I strongly believe in that. I got the heart, and it doesn't matter if I got the height or not.
Love that line. Good luck next week.
Yeah,
all right, great job. I don't have the height, but I got the heart. That was a pretty cool sign right there by Jagger Gunville. Back up to you guys.
Yes, and now. A $1:57 left here in quarter number 3. The Lions with a 28-7 lead on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Nick Hulberg, Perry Olson on the call here today. Perry, we can't thank you enough for stepping in with your help here today. Job well done, my friend. This ball is going to be booted down, 20-yard line, touches the Blue Jay that was back to retrieve it. That was Hetzel. Ball goes out of bounds at the 19. And Stanley comes to the offense, heading to their own territory. Well, the moisture officially starting to make its way into the press box here just a bit. It's not really making its mind up of which direction it was coming from the east. Now it's coming straight down. For a moment, it was coming at us from the south.
I know that everyone sitting out there is probably not enjoying it, but it is considerably cooler in this room in the second half. They had two big guys sweating it out in here.
You can gauge that right here, my friend, by the bead of sweats on my the beads of sweat on my forehead are officially vanished.
There you go.
Now I feel like I have the right outfit on here today. Handoff here for the Blue Jays. Up the gut again. It comes for Heineck, and Heineck's got another nice carry.
Hey, Stanley's done some nice things. You just haven't been able to hold on to the ball, obviously, and that is going to cancel out all the good that you do if you can't keep possession of it. But, Heineck really looks good moving the ball. He is a good-looking athlete.
Big boy back there as well.
Yeah, easy to see how this team is blemish-free in the region.
Rain starting to pour down just a bit now as the Blue Jays run the ball forward. It's over the 30-yard line. That will be a first down for Stanley. So we're down to 1:13 to play here in the third quarter. Heaviest the rain's been yet here today. Yeah, you called it. The umbrellas are out. Don't you love football?
Yes, I do.
Love it even more here in the
That's right.
In the press box, without question. Heineck again. He runs it forward. This has been a steady dose. Correct me, that was 14 rather on the carry that time.
I'm always quick to remind people that I played high school tennis back in the day, Nick, and whenever the late, great Pat McNally would see me of Bishop Ryan and mine at High Fame, he would always come up to me and say, "You should be a fullback." And I would just make a tennis serve motion to him and he'd go, okay.
The tennis reference early on where you don't mess with the tennis guys.
That's right.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's full circle.
That was Barry on the last carry. They're going to go on the fake here in the reverse to the near side where it came to Longmer. Rudolph, excuse me. Number 2, not number 3 on the play. He's got about a gain of 1 on the play. That's going to do it for our third quarter. Blue Jays are on the move. They've got themselves a third down coming. But it's Bishop Ryan that leads 28-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Blue Jays need some points in a bad way here to start our fourth quarter, which is next on the PSP Network.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Into the fourth quarter we go of this showdown inside of Region 3, inside of Single A football in North Dakota. Two teams that come in at 3-2. Two teams that are perfect inside of the region as well at 3-0, sitting in second place in Region 3, only trailing Valva, who's got an unblemished record on the season overall, and inside of the conference, there's a flag here. Stick around tonight. We've got, or this afternoon, I should say, as we've got our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors at Schatz Crossroads. Schatz Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at SchatzCrossroads.com. Schatz Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. And Planning Team Financial Advisors is helping clients work toward their financial freedom.
Nick, there's no truth to the rumor that Scott Woodmansey was supposed to be here today doing this, right?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Woody, that's for you, buddy.
Woody had the day off today.
Okay, just making sure.
He had a doozy of a call last night, by the way, with Shanley and Sentry. He and Chuck Claremont
turned that on for a bit last night.
On the call, the rematch. Those two are two of the best in the business. That's without question inside of our great state.
They're always so kind to the officials. Woody, that's for you, buddy. Love you.
Scott Woodmansey joining us today, watching in live. First down is the marker on the field, and 5 to go here for the Stanley Blue Jays, as it's going to be taken by Gelstad. He's got company. Oh, that ball's going to be picked off over on the far sideline. It goes into the hands of number 24 for the Bishop Bryan Lions. And we don't have a 24 on the list here. We do apologize, even on the official game sheet at the front door here tonight. Regardless, the pick is there for the Lions. Sang's the one that gets the interception.
Yeah, I believe it was Peyton Say who had that.
Say, thank you.
Great pressure up front. Kind of thought that Stanley was going to have to start taking some shots there, and just the pressure got to him, and kind of deflected as he was going to throw it. Fell right in Say's hands.
Never too early, never too late to start tweeting at us at Network PSP. Let us know who you think today's MVP is of this ball game. Brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll announce that in our planning team at Schatz Crossroads post-game show coming up. Got a pretty good guess on what direction we might go here today. That pass over to the right side is complete as it goes to Engelhardt.
Gain of maybe a yard.
About a yard of the play. Game reset to this ball game. Nobody scored in the first here today. Bishop Bryan found themselves down for the first time and only time in this ball game. The 11-minute mark, it was Porter Sorensen for the Blue Jays from 40 yards out that ran in for a touchdown. 3:39 left in the first half. It was Jet Lundeen from 9 yards out. Two-point conversion was there for Bishop Bryan. Here's a handoff to the near side. Forward motion for Zwak. We ended our first half at a score of 8-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We get into the second half, and it's been all Bishop Bryan. A pair of touchdowns from Ramsey Walls on the connections with Lundeen. One from the 48-yard line, one from the 38-yard line. Lundeen's got another rushing touchdown from one out. And Johannes had a fumble recovery on the two-point conversion to get the extra points for the Lions. That's how they get to the 28-7 lead here in quarter number 4 with 10 minutes ticking down in regulation. Lundeen's back to pass. Plenty of time again here. Lundeen looking downfield. Fires it forward. That ball's going to go up into the hands for just a moment of Jay Schwad. Good coverage there, the secondary.
Fourth down and 3.
He had Hetzel on top of him. That will bring up a 4th down and 3 situation here for the Lions as they are in Stanley territory.
Bishop Bryan's still going to the air quite a bit. He
conventional football may say, we're up 21, under 10 minutes to go, kind of pound it on the ground. But maybe worried more about those handoffs, with it being wet out there, trying to keep possession of the ball.
Lundeen on the keeper. He's up the near sideline. He's going to break free down to the 10-yard line. 5, touchdown. Jet Lundeen for the 3rd time today. And the Lion QB puts him up big. Steady dose of Jet Lundeen here in this ball game. As he goes down the sideline, he had one man to beat. Turned the Jets on to get around Sorensen. And the Lions cruising at 34-7. We don't have the exact number for you folks. We do apologize here today, but the number of big plays on 3rd and 4th downs here for Bishop Ryan when they've had their backs against the wall has been high. That ball snapped real high. Lundeen's got it, trying to go to the corner. Help to 2 points. Bryce Vibetto was wide open.
That would be an indication that everything is going your way in the second half right there. That play was dead on arrival.
Way up over the head on a rainy day, somehow finds a way with 2 Blue Jays on top of him. Finds Vibetto in the end zone. Bishop Ryan up big. 36-0, or 36-7, I'm sorry, on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. You can see where I could get confused here in this ball game. Stanley scored first. It's been all Bishop Ryan since.
You need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
.941 to play here in regulation. All Bishop Ryan Lions. Lions are at DLB next week. Then they're at home, a game that we'll have covered on the PSP Network the week after against the Velvet Aggies. Nice return here for the Blue Jays as they're back up over the 45-yard line on the Ryan side of the field. Schlosser again continuing to shine in this ball game, and it's a 1st down and 10 here for Stanley. Well, Stanley right now at this point in the ball game trailing 36-7. On path right now to drop to a record of 3-3, but of course, with what they have remaining on the year, they've got Velva next week, the 29th of September. Trying to dial in some of those little things here in the late portion of this ball game because it doesn't get easier next week when they travel down the road at Highway 52 just east of here to take on the Velvet Aggies. Helmet comes off on the play as getting rocked there was Papa.
By Coy Okeson.
Okeson was the one that had the stop.
One on the play. It's 2nd down and 11.
Got to kind of figure if you're Stanley, 9 minutes to go. I mean, you need to score quickly, but I think you want to just start to get a good feeling. Try and get some momentum going. Hold the ball a little bit. Get some good things happening as you move to the end of this one.
Well, a busy week next week on the PSP Network. We'll give you a look at that schedule coming up in just a moment. Plenty of football next week on the air. We've got boys soccer 2 nights next week as well. It's going to be a timeout coming here for the Blue Jays. We'll take one with them, and as promised, to look at that schedule next week. Legacy at Minot playing boys soccer on Tuesday. Century at Minot and boys soccer on Thursday. Thought I didn't know much about football, Perry. Wait till you hear me call soccer coming up on Tuesday and Thursday next week.
Do you need a camera guy so I can be right there seeing it?
Maybe you can help me with that.
Oh, no.
Friday night.
Here's the key. Goal! You just hold it. You just hold it a long time.
You try your best to at least. And then you're in real trouble if it's a shutout like the last one I did where Jamestown and Minot played to a 0-0 score. Friday, it's Bismarck and Mandan in high school football, 6:30. The game time next Friday night. You'll have the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show at 6 o'clock for that one. As the Demons, who are ranked number 4 in the state of North Dakota, play the Mandan Braves, who are unranked. And then number 2 Minot will be at West Fargo Cheyenne for a 7 o'clock matchup. We'll go live for the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show at 6:30 Friday night. From West Fargo Cheyenne, I'll have the call of that one with a good friend of mine, Mr. Dave Wilson from West Fargo. Will the Magi move up in the poll next week? That's a question a lot of people had after last night's AAA performance, where Minot High took down Fargo Davies. They shut them out, 4th shutout of the year. How about this play? Schlosser's going to get it. That was a nice fake that came there, and Schlosser takes it for a gain.
Nice double-leg takedown by Bowden.
While we watch this play back as Stanley gets into the huddle here.
Gain of 7 on the play. It's 3rd down.
Gelstead. That wasn't even really much of a fake. He just knew right where he was going. Players in the backfield that went to the right. Schlosser came over to the left. Stop was made again by the Bishop Ryan Lions. Flag on the play.
False start on the Blue Jays. That'll be 5.
Blue Jay offense pegged with a 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down. Interesting to see those polls each and every week and how they shape up. It's the media across our state of North Dakota that votes on those each and every week. Polls for AA and AAA come out on Monday. Wednesdays when you see the single A and 9-man polls come out. Some confusion this year, the shuffling of going back from double to single, from triple back to double. There's a handoff here over the 40-yard line. Goes Johnson as Dawan Johnson carries the ball ahead. It's a situation where last year the top tier of high school football was AAA. I'm sorry, they were AA for many years before they were AAA. They moved back to AAA this year. That had everybody else in the lower divisions following suit to where they were 2 years prior. Some didn't know about that change inside of our state, but it seems that we've got that all ironed out now. The end of the year, the Lions and the Blue Jays, this division, they'll have a single A on the trophy for the state champion when it's all said and done. Hayek again on the carry, swarmed up by the Lions. And the Lions defense here today could almost go without being said, only giving up 7 points in this ball game, but boy, they've been impressive.
Yeah, it's probably easy to talk about the offense, right? And Jet Lundeen and Ramsey Walls, what they've been able to do, but you're right, that defense, hasn't allowed a thing in the second half.
Two touchdowns on the ground here today for Jet Lundeen. He's gone to the air for 2 more, connecting with Ramsey Walls. 3 touchdowns from Jet Lundeen on the ground. 2 more to the air for Ramsey Walls. Hands it off here. Zwock's going to carry up to the 40, hits the break, stiff arm. Somehow he's going to make his way all the way up to the 50-yard line. Zwock with the flex after an excellent run.
To the 50-yard line.
Got to figure we're going to see a pretty steady diet of Drew Zwock here to wrap this thing up with 6:40 to go.
Deserving of some more touches and yards here in this ball game. What he's done on the blocking side of things for Jet Lundeen, creating that space for him today, has been impressive. Something that can easily go overlooked in a ball game like this. There's going to be flags all over the field on this play. Full start's going to be on the offense.
It was almost a false start, one of those everyone but the center.
Yeah, no kidding. Easy to find where the issue may have been on the play call, and how many huts there were supposed to be before the ball was snapped. Regardless, the Lions have it on a 1st down and 10. Lundin fakes it to Zwak. Lundin's going to cut all the way up to the 40 for a 1st down for the Lions, and Jet Lundin, the quarterback keeper, marches in to the 39-yard line of the Blue Jays.
1st down.
5 touchdowns on the day here for Jet Lundin. Might be a given today on who our MVP of this contest is, brought to you by Sport Clips. 1st down and 10 here for the Lions. From the right hash, 2 wide receivers over on the left side. Even with the rain today, they've continued their pass game. Lundin's going to toss it downfield. Tried to feed it to Engelhardt over on the far sideline. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage was there from Drake Slosher.
On bounds, incomplete.
Thanks again to the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. Bringing you the ball game here today for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Want to thank our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics once again today, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. Free virtual consultations can be started now at minotbraces.com. It's Prestwich Orthodontics. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. 2 in the backfield this time. They do a straight handoff. Ball's on the ground as that ball went into the hands of Tegan Kunerod. Lions are going to turn it over. Johnson's the one that picks it up. Well, the little things will be the point of emphasis, I would have to assume, for Eric Knutson after this week, heading into next week's action. Inside of single A football. Lions have been good here today, but some of those turnovers, they can cost you when you get down the stretch.
Yeah, you don't want to put the ball on the turf. You understand it a little bit more difficult today with the conditions, but certainly I guarantee you at halftime it was preached to both teams. And truthfully, it's kind of what hurt the Blue Jays in that 3rd quarter was putting the ball on the turf too often, giving the Lions a lot of opportunities to go down and put it in the end zone.
Haydick again takes it off the pitch. He gets up to the original line of scrimmage, gains 1 on the play before he's pushed out of bounds by the Lions. Making the stop there for Bishop Ryan on the far sideline.
We've got a block in the back coming.
Blake Kaler was the one that had the stop for the Lions, but that block in the back is going to bring the Blue Jays back after a short gain on that play. We're down to 5:17 to play here in regulation, 36-7. Bishop Ryan on top of Stanley. Think of Stanley, you think of the early 2000s run where the state championships were held by the Blue Jays and some dynamic teams.
I would say some of my favorite high school football games I ever watched was when Stanley and Velva would get after it. They would always play regular season and undoubtedly would play in the postseason, and man, they were absolute battles.
Pass down the field's going to be taken here. Bryce Fibetto had the coverage in the secondary. Yeah, that rivalry between Stanley and Velva, and you look at the state championship trophies between those two teams in the 2000s and late 90s.
Lynn Engett, the late, great Lynn Engett, and the teams that he had in Stanley, and obviously Coach Sandy at Velva just stepped down last year. Those were some excellent. I was working at the KXMC at the time, and you'd go out for a playoff football game, and you'd swear 85% of the state was surrounding the field watching those games.
I was just going to say, you probably didn't have a place to park, Perry.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
They pitch it back again. The run comes to the near side. Coverage is there from the Lions again on the scamper out to the near sideline here for the Blue Jays. It's Barry again that had the run. 3rd down and way long here for the Blue Jays.
I can't remember what the exact score was, but one of those playoff games, Nick, I think it was a 3-0, 3-2 type final, and it was just a slugfest, just an awesome football game. It was one of those games where you knew that the winner was probably going to win the next week for the state title. Kind of had that state championship feel many a times when those two teams played. And the Lions have been there as well with those teams. here and there as well over the years.
Breaking free, Johnson's going to cut to the sideline. Johnson checks on out. I'll leave the room key at the front desk. Touchdown, Blue Jays. I apologize, that's Brian Redwood that runs it all the way down for the touchdown.
Excellent job getting to the corner, putting his foot in the ground, and taking off. Just outrun everybody.
I apologize again. I had it right the first time. It was Johnson. I thought it was Johnson that carried all the way down into the end zone for the Blue Jay touchdown. Johnson's first score of the ball game. Big run there. Now 36 for the Lions. That one's up and good. Make it 14 down for the Blue Jays. Big run. One end of the field to the other for Dawan Johnson, the 5'10", 200-pound senior. And the Blue Jays, something to build on here as they put one in at the end of the ballgame. 4:13 remains here in this Region 3 single-A matchup. Bishop Bryant still well on their way to win number 4 on the year.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Well, the rain gear's been out today. And for good reason. It's been coming down quite considerably here at Herb Parker Stadium. This Region 3 matchup between Bishop Bryant and Stanley has the Lions on top 36-14 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family.
Onside kick attempt.
It's BNC online at bnc.bank. The onside kick attempt was there. Who's going to get the football? That's the question mark right now as the teams right at midfield have that conversation.
The discussion here right now is, did it get 10 yards before it was touched? Obviously, that's the rule. You kick it, kicking team can't touch it until it travels that 10 yards unless the receiving team touches it, which maybe did not happen.
Ruling is the Lions are going to get the football. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up right around the corner. We will have our Roger Ward moving and storage move of the game. We'll also have our MVP of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, where you can sign it online with a hairstylist today. It's quick, it's convenient. They do a great job at Sport Clips in Modern End in Bismarck. Lions go back to work on the offense, still with Jet Lundeen working from the shotgun. Lundeen hands it off. Zwak's going to carry to the outside. Zwak's got at least 9 on the play. He's up over the 40-yard line before he's wrangled up and brought down to the ground by Jack Haynick. 3:50 to tick down here in regulation. Once again, join us next week on the PSP Network for an action-packed week of high school sports. Boys soccer on the air next week, along with 2 AAA football games. Some big ones next week as well. Lions work here with a 2nd down and 1 as time starts to wear real thin here in this matchup. The run here from Swak. He's got the run up the middle. Drew Zwak picks up the first down and then some as the Lions try to tag on 6 more to end out this ball game here this afternoon. I don't mind the noon start, by the way, Perry, for a high school football matchup.
Big fan. I'd get home and watch Oregon, Colorado here, starting up at 2:30, I think, 3.
11:30 pregame show brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change here today. Rolled into our gameplay where the Lions have had a dominating performance here against the Stanley Blue Jays. They're not done yet as we've reached the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 3. Play clock went all the way down to 2 before Lundin took that snap. Zawak was the one that carried forward up to the 25.
Picking up another 5 yards.
Give him a gain of 5 on the play. Can anyone touch Velva? That's the question.
Boy, they sure look good.
They do.
They have looked good for many years. Heck of a program. Been turned over to Coach Weidler now, who I think has not skipped a beat.
Yeah, you go from Larry Sandy and think that maybe if you're in the region that it's going to get easier now that Sandy's not there. Well, guess what? They bring a Weidler in, and that's trouble. This pass is completed. Dancing down to the pylon. Touchdown. Connor Harvey into the end zone for the score.
Connor Harvey and Bishop Lions.
Jet Lundin with another TD pass as he finds Harvey, who dances into the end zone. And the Lions lead 42-14 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Right up the middle for the 2-point conversion. Count it. Lions make it 44-14. 30-point lead here for Bishop Ryan. Brings us to a run clock here in this Region 3 showdown. 2:12 to tick down. All Lions here on their home field today.
The trick to throwing well is knowing where you want the ball to go. Like how the local bankers at First Western Bank and Trust take the time to learn about you and recommend the banking services like online banking or personal loans that keep your goals on target.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
It's water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
All Bishop Ryan. Minus a run from Johnson for Stanley and a run for Sorensen from Stanley. Stanley scored first, then it was the Lions. 6 times in a row before Johnson was the one for Stanley to score. Then the Lions had another one in as Jet Lundin's been in on every touchdown here today.
That's Josh Hetzel.
Harvey found that last one from Jet Lundin.
Made by Titan.
2 minutes, 3 seconds left here in regulation. Bishop Ryan 44, Stanley 14 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Kind of easy to forget. It was 8-7 at half. I mean, this was a defensive battle, and the rain was starting to come down a little bit more, which kind of would make you think it was going to stay that way. But that's why I don't know what I'm talking about, Nick, because it was certainly the opposite of that.
Well, I was with you at the halftime break when we were in store for a good one. That first half was good. It was a grudge match, and then Bishop Ryan just found a way to find another gear, and boy, did they shift past that in a hurry and put it in cruise control by the midway point to the third quarter. They haven't let off here. Blue Jays have a carry. That one's going to be handled by Caden Urad. He's up the middle for yards on that play that resulted in a gain.
With the carry. Tackle made by Jackson Cole. Gain of 3. It's second down and 7.
93 seconds ticks down here in regulation. Again, a giant thank you to Perry Olson for helping out here today for this broadcast.
Thanks for opening the door for me.
Well, when you do 350 games a year, sometimes some unforeseen things happen, and we were short a camera guy here today, so your assistance, my friend, is greatly appreciated.
Now everyone knows who the bad camera operator's been. That's the problem.
No, I think it's been great, my friend. On the carry there on the pitch, that's Max Jackson. Stop was made there by the Lions.
You probably get tired of hearing it, but there are thousands of folks out there that appreciate what you guys have done over the last few years, Nick. PSP Network has just been so great for high school athletics, and you know how many grandparents and aunts and uncles right now are watching from out of state, right, and locally as well. So I know you don't like to hear it, but you're going to hear it. You guys do just a great job, except for today with me. But normally it's a great job, and keep up the good work.
Well, we appreciate you. The PSP team, something to be proud of. We've got some men and women on board here that all believe in the same mission, Perry, and that's to promote local athletes across our great state of North Dakota. And doing that to the best of our abilities. We can't thank everybody that's involved with this. And all those sponsors that you see throughout these broadcasts, without them, we just wouldn't be here. We have to thank them as well.
And, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, just remember, you always cheer for the refs, Nick. Always cheer for the refs.
Always. We'll send that message to everybody in the group.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Perry, for your time today.
Thanks, Nick.
44-14, the final. Bishop Ryan all over the Stanley Blue Jays in this single-A football matchup inside of Region number 3. We've got our planning team financial at Shots Crossroads postgame show coming up around the corner. We'll break it down for you. We'll have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage and our Sport Clips MVP of this showdown. All Bishop Ryan. They improved to a record on the season. 4-0 inside the conference. They moved to 4-2 overall. Stanley's going to drop to 3-1 inside of Region 3. They fall to 3-3 overall. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads bring you the postgame show coming up here this afternoon. It happens next on the PSP Network.
Your business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit off, 7, pressure, poise, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Steady dose of Bishop Ryan offense. Steady dose of Bishop Ryan defense here in the single A matchup in Region 3. That leads to a 44-14 final in favor of the Bishop Ryan Lions. Welcome into our Planning Team Financial Advisors and Schatz Crossroads postgame show here this afternoon. Schatz Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. Schatz Crossroads is home to the famous number 99. I like it for the banana cream pie. I'm telling you, that stuff is fantastic. You can order online at Schatz Crossroads and pick it up. It will be waiting for you. Schatz Crossroads is your postgame headquarters. Planning Team Financial Advisors brings you the postgame today as well. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com. Well, it was a showdown today inside of Region 3 in Single A football between the two teams that were tied for second in the ladder, only behind Velva Drake-Adamus, who's perfect on the year at 6-0 overall, perfect in the region as well at 4-0. Velva, the Aggies, are ranked number 1 in the state. Well, this game had some implications on it inside of Region 3 on who was going to be at home for the playoffs potentially, and it was the Stanley Blue Jays coming in at 3-0 in the region. Bishop Ryan, same thing. Identical records as well at 3-2 overall, and it was a grudge match for the first half. Let's look at our game reset brought to you by Mountain State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it with over 100 areas of study at Mountain State. You'll earn a degree for the career that you desire, with more than 96% of recent Mountain State grads being employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Mountain State University, be seen, be heard, be you. We start with a touchdown from the Blue Jays in quarter number 2. 11-minute mark, 40-yard dash for Porter Sorensen made it 6-0. The point after was good. The Blue Jays were off to a 7-0 lead. Took 8 minutes for Bishop Ryan to score after that to end the first half at 3:39 remaining. A 9-yard dash for Jet Lundeen that would be the first of what would be many here today for the junior quarterback for the Lions. 2-point conversion was good for the Lions. That made it 8-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. We had Perry Olson with us on the call here today. We can't thank Perry enough. Unforeseen circumstances had me running the camera today and doing a little more than normally planned here today, running solo by myself for this show. Perry came in and ran a camera with his broadcast and sports knowledge. We put a headset on him, and can't thank him enough for being willing to help out here today. Job well done to Perry, but he said it best at the half that this was going to be a grudge match. You better buckle up tight for the second half because it was a good first half of football. 8-7 was the score. The rain started coming down quite considerably. It's let off here now. We knew the second half was going to be a real dogfight, but it was only a one-way dogfight because at the 9:05 mark, a 48-yard touchdown was scored from Ramsey Walls. It was a pass from Jet Lundeen That made it 14-7. Then at 3:47 of the third quarter, from 1 yard out, it was Jet Lundin that made it a score of 20-7. 2-point conversion was good. There was a fumble on the 2-point conversion, but it was Johannes that picked it up. He ended up in the end zone with it to make it 22-7. Then with 1:57 left in the third quarter, the Lions added more. They made it 28-7 when Ramsey Walls caught the pass from Lundin at the 38-yard line and danced on in. Ramsey Walls picked up his second touchdown of the ball game from Jet Lundin. Into quarter number 4 we went, and it was Jet Lundin on a dash. Picked up another touchdown, and Lundin, at that point, had 6 more. The Lions get another one in quarter number 4 from the Bishop. I'm sorry, this was actually a Stanley touchdown. I do apologize. My notes here, I don't know what happened here writing these notes. I do apologize. Lundin added another one to make the score 7 for the Blue Jays, 34 for the Lions. The point after was no good. Stanley ended up with a touchdown as Johnson ran it in from the 35-yard line of the Bishop Ryan side of the field. That was a big dash to make it 36-14. Then it was Harvey from Lundin from the 30-yard line on the pass and catch to make it 42-14. The final score here in this ballgame. Sorensen and Johnson for the Blue Jays had the touchdowns. Lundin, Walls, Lundin, Walls, Lundin, Harvey. The touchdown scorers here for Bishop Ryan. Harvey and Walls, those touchdowns were courtesy of Jet Lundin's passes here in this ballgame. Final 44-14 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Lions got the last 2-point conversion just that day for Bishop Ryan over Stanley. Let's move on here in our post-game show for our move of the game. It's brought to you by our friends at Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Here's today's move of the game. There's plenty that we could have picked here in this showdown, but how about Ramsey Walls taking it when it was 8-7 in quarter number 3? That's the game winner here today. There's your move of the game. Ramsey Walls finds himself open out in space. Touchdown is there. There's your move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Big thanks again to Jobbers. Again, moving across town or across the country, Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. Another look at that move of the game. Breaking free in coverage. Walls the big boy into the end zone for the touchdown. Thanks again to Jobbers, bringing you today's move of the game here on the PSP Network. Time for our MVP of this contest. MVP brought to you by our friends at Sport Clips. You can sign in with a hairstylist today. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Get treated like an MVP with the MVP haircut experience at Sport Clips. Nothing else like it. It's where I get my haircut. It's quick. It's convenient. They do a fantastic job at Sport Clips. They bring you today's game MVP here in this showdown. I'll give you one guess who that's going to be here today. How about Jet Lundin? Takes that MVP award for us. In on every touchdown. He was dynamic inside the pocket, outside the pocket. You see him run down the sideline for one of 6 of his touchdowns here today. Jet Lundin on a different level. He's our MVP of today's matchup. Sport Clips brings you the MVP. Once again, sign in online with a hairstylist today. Bonnet and Bismarck. Sport Clips brings you the MVP haircut experience. Congratulations, Jet Lundin. Job well done to that young man here today. He was busy for the Lions. You have to give their defensive and offensive line some credit here as well. Plenty of players making sure that the guns for the Lions were able to fire here today, and they certainly did for 44 points. That will do it here for this matchup. We're on to next week after week number 5 of our broadcast schedule is complete. Next week, we turn our gears to soccer on Tuesday. 7 o'clock for the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, where Legacy comes to Minot to take on the Magi at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Same thing on Thursday with the 7 o'clock Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show and Century and Minot playing boys soccer. On Friday nights, Bismarck and Mandan playing 3A football. So do the Magi and West Fargo Cheyenne. 30 minutes prior to both those games, we'll have your pregame brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Next Saturday, we'll be off. Another busy week next week. If you haven't already done so, make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, our mission is to promote local athletes. Do that. Your help is definitely help. It's just that. To like and to follow, subscribe on YouTube goes a long way when it goes to talking to our advertisers on making sure that their dollars spent are worth their time. Certainly, as we appreciate all of them very much so. Thanks again to each and every one of those sponsors that make these games possible. Another big thank you to Perry Olson here today. A job well done from Perry on the call and running our camera here today. I'm Nick Hulberg signing off. Final once again, 44-14, all Bishop Ryan here at Herb Parker Stadium. That will do it for this week of the broadcast on the PSP Network. We'll see you next Tuesday night. Until then, have a great weekend. Maybe we'll see you at the PBR tonight at the Bonnet Auditorium. That should be a lot of fun as well. Till next time, Nick Hulberg signing off. Be safe. A great afternoon, and God bless.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit off. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here.
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.